In our stress class, we completed architecture, both imperial and provincial. Then we are left with Sangeet, Chitrakala painting, and the dances, classical dances, and the great literary tradition. How local languages and literature developed. Is that what? Is that what? Is this a different batch altogether? I don't keep track of things. Where actually I stopped, my dear? These RBs are, I don't remember. I don't keep track of that. Where did we start? We completed. We completed provincial architecture. I completed imperial architecture also. Okay, I said today is going to be the last class, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So we are left with music, Sangeet, painting, literature, and classical dances. When it comes to Sangeet, we had a very rich tradition. Sangeet developed from Indus Valley times. Okay. You remember in Indus Valley times you had a bronze dancing girl. Dancing girl there means that Sangeet was there. You can't dance simply without Sangeet, right? Definitely. Okay. There in Indus Valley sites also you had seen flutes made of clay. Instead, generally bamboo stick we use. But you have also instruments made of clay, meant for performing music recitals. Music. In Vedic literature, if you remember, I told you, entire Samved main theme is Sangeet. Samved is full of ragas, tunes. Understand? One of the Upavedas, Gandharva Veda, is it is a text that deals with music, Sangeet. In our Vedic mythology, you have Narada, Tumbura, celestial, great singers, Narada and Tumbura. Saraswati playing Shatantru. Generally, it is not Veena. It's not Veena. Veena is an advanced form. What the instrument Saraswati played was 100 stringed instrument, 100 strings. It comes very close to Veena. It is not Veena. See? What's the matter here? When I started a class, please don't discuss. So Saraswati playing an instrument called Shatantru. That means you had instrumentation, you had music developed. Okay. In the classical music, Indian Sangeet, you have Bharata Muni's Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra as the source. First text, the comprehensive text on Sangeet and dance, both together. That way you see Sangeet developed in ancient times, and if you remember I told you, Samudragupta is seen playing with the harp, a type of veena. Right? So Sangeet developed very well. It's a popular means to realize God. In medieval times, when Islam entered India, our music tradition got very much influenced by Islam. Strictly speaking, in Islam there is no music. Even in Hinduism also there is no music, only prayer. Okay. Later you developed music as a medium, powerful medium to reach God, Bhakti Sangeet. If you remember, I told you in the Arab conquest of Sindh, when Arabs entered India, first time Islam encountered Hinduism. There I told you Arabs were impressed by Sangeet, devotional music, Bhakti Sangeet. This entered into Islam. Once it entered into Islam, it attracted Sufis. If you remember, I told you in Sufism, in Islam, Sufis accepted Sangeet. They accepted Yoga Shastra. Because the Sangeet is the means to realize God. Whatever that is a means to realize God, why not you accept it? Nothing wrong with that. So Sufism accepted Sangeet, and that's how Sangeet became quite popular in Islam. When Islam entered India, Turkish conquest, already by the time music developed very well. Muslims brought along with them the instruments, Shahnai, Rahab, and Sarangi. These are instruments. Instruments they brought, they introduced in India. They accepted our native instruments. What are the native instruments? Mridangam, Nadaswaram, Ghatam. Have you heard of Ghatam, my dear? Ghatam means pot. Did you ever observe pot music? Fantastic. Okay. They accepted these instruments. So this reciprocity, give and take, you see in Sangeet. The consequent effect was a mixed tradition of Sangeet developed called Hindustani music. Hindustani means the mixture of foreign Islamic and native Indian Sangeet traditions is Hindustani. This Hindustani music initially developed under 4 forms. Actually, ghazals, shairis, they are all later added. Strictly speaking, in Hindustani, you had to begin with 4 forms of music. What are these 4 forms of Hindustani music? Drupad, Khayal, Tumri, and Tappa. What is Drupad? Drupad is the form of music, sorrowful, melancholic, very serious themes. Sorrowful music. Tragedy in life is a reality. When you face tragedy, you have to express it to relieve the pain. When you are reciting a tragic song, you are relieving the pain. You understand? Drupad is essentially sorrowful. Where actually this word started, Drupad? You know, Panchali, Draupadi, Kauravas, Pandavas, Mahabharat battle. All the 5 sons of Draupadi, Draupadi's sons, were killed by Ashwathama. Poor fellows, they were in deep sleep. They had not participated in the war also, innocents. They were killed by Ashwathama. A great loss for Draupadi. Draupadi, unable to bear that pain, it is said that she recited Drupad. The word Drupad is closely connected to Draupadi. Sorrowful music. This is, in this sorrowful music, alapana, how you are reciting it, how in the high pitch you stretch the raga, the tune, alapana, that is very important. Alap, you call it in Hindi, alap. The more you are, stretching the alap, the more you are attracting the audience concentration. Understand? Alap plays a very important role here in Drupad. Next to Drupad, you have Khayal. What is Khayal? Khayal literally means what? Imagination. अरे ख्याल रख लो भाई बोलते हैं हमें भी, right? Khayal means thought, imagination, right? In this form of music, khayal, a theme is given, a theme, and that theme given, song is composed and recited. Then and there, I will give you one theme. A moonlight, full moonlight in the Taj Mahal complex. You and your girlfriend, both are sitting there. Okay. On this theme, midnight, moonlight, next near Taj. Okay. How the experience, what experience you feel, what are your inner emotions? Chalo. Song. Understand? Then and there he composes. Okay, a situation of this type, my God, this is height of my life's experience. Understand? And he recites. In the movie you are shown, a singer reciting then and there, people sitting around him exclaiming, Are Subhanallah, kya khayal hai? Understand? Huh? Isn't it? Okay, so khayal, this is love. Actually, I revised my opinions about music, particularly Hindustani. Understand? The more I study, the more I see the role of Muslim singers. Very good singers. I had a very low opinion about them. But I changed a lot. Okay, having seen the more the subject. Okay, such a thick voice. Okay, and you are reciting at the height of your voice. Okay, you can really move. Understand? Fantastic singers. Okay. So here we have in Hyderabad Varsi brothers, Hindustan experts, Varsi brothers, 400 years family, Gharana, Samstan. Okay. You must have heard of Bhimsen Joshi's voice. Bhimsen Joshi, when he is involved, he doesn't know who is playing which instrument also. So much he is involved. Such a thick voice at the height of his pitch, that volume, understand? Time permits, you see Bhimsen Joshi and Balamurali together going for this music recital, Jugalbandi. Fantastic. Okay. So here khayal is a form of Hindustani music. Given theme, song composed and recited then and there. This form of music started with Sultan Hussain Shah Sharki of Janpur. He was the first to introduce Hussain Shah Sharki. If you remember, I told you while discussing the regional dynasties, Hussain Shah Sharki of Janpur was the first to convene a conference of the Hindustani musicians, singers. He himself a prolific, player of Hindustani, musician of Hindustani. He introduced a new raga, Hussaini Todi. Todi is a raga. Khayal, believed to have been introduced by Hussain Shah Sharki of Janpur. Then what is Tumri and the other form, Tappa? Tumris are light-worded, not heavy-worded, light-worded love songs, theme love. The love is being expressed by lover. Okay. These are love songs, light-worded. Sometimes you also see tumris in the form of conversation between the love and the lover, conveying a message to the third party. Understand? Tumri. Then you have tappa. What is a tappa? Tappa means ballad songs. Ballad songs of camel riders in the deserts. In the deserts, they lit a bonfire. Sitting around the bonfire, they sing ballad songs. You must have seen this. You lit the bonfire, okay, and you sit around the fire and you recite the song. Okay, then it is called tappa, camel riders. Actually, this originated in Rajasthan, but it became very popular in Punjab and UP. That's the point. Okay. Some of the Sikh community singers, you see them, they are experts in tappas. Okay. Right. So this is way Hindustani music in the beginning, it developed under 4 stages. You have different centers for Hindustani. You call them gharanas or samstans. Okay. Gwalior Gharana, most popular Gwalior Gharana. Gwalior Gharana, Jaipur, Lucknow, okay, Varanasi, okay, and Sharki's Janpur Gharana, Patiala Gharana. Okay. If you go to Hindustani music recital, the singer would introduce first. I am so and so, my guru is so and so, I belong to this Gharana, this is Samsthan. Okay. So these local centers, you call them Gharanas or Jananas. Understand? They were the main centers for the development of Hindustani music. Unfortunately, slave dynasty sultans, khiljis, they have not encouraged much music. If you remember, I told you Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz was interested in Hindustani music. Firoz got the text Rag Darpan translated into Persian. Rag Darpan, a classical text on Hindustani music. Okay. In this tradition, before Firoz, you come across Amir Khusrau, the celebrated poet come singer, literary giant Amir Khusrau. When I go to literature again, I have to talk about Amir Khusrau. Okay. A multifaceted genius, Amir Khusrau. What is the contribution of Amir Khusrau for the Hindustani music? Amir Khusrau first to introduce devotional music Qawwali, okay, congregational music called Sama. All of us come together, sit and recite. Then it is called Sama, congregational music. Qawwali, devotional music. Qawwali, generally you see it's performed in the dargahs of the Sufi saints. Okay. Amir Khusrau introduced new instruments. Tabla started with Amir Khusrau. Sitar is also created with sitar, though it is controversy. Okay. Why controversy? It's because in the court of Nayakas of Madurai Nayakas, Tanjore Nayakas, Madurai Nayakas in South India, you have references to sitar. Okay. So sitar, was it before Amir Khusrau or with Amir Khusrau? It's a matter of dispute. But generally we credit Amir Khusrau with the invention of sitar. Amir Khusrau introduced new ragas. Okay. New ragas, Sanam, Ayman and Ghora. New ragas in Hindustani. Okay. This type of contribution you don't come across. Instrumentation and raga composition, and himself, a profound singer. That's why Amir Khusrau, Tota ye Hindustani, the parrot of India, Amir Khusrau, most popular singer of his times. Next to Amir Khusrau, you have a Sufi saint called Pir Bodan. They are celebrated singers of the times. If you remember, I told you, under Delhi Sultans, Sikandar Lodi, he also used to compose ghazals. Ghazals under his pen name Gulrukhi. You remember? Yes. Similarly, in the Samstan Golconda Qutub Shahis, the place I come from, Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. Muhammad Quli composed Kuliyat Quli ghazals. Okay. If you wanted to see what is love, if you want to feel what is love, I will put you to my lover Bagmati. Okay. You see her, then you will understand what love is all about. Popular quote of Muhammad Quli. Are you understanding? Okay. Kuliyat Quli, he used to compose ghazals. Okay. This way, ghazals developed as a form of Hindustani. When Mughals entered India, there's no problem for Mughals to encourage music because it's already very well developed. And that too in Persia, you had great music tradition developed. Mughals had the background of Persia, right? Timurid family. Right. When it comes to the development of Hindustani under Mughals, okay, Abul Fazl, he tells us that there were 27 great singers, musicians in the court of Akbar. The greatest being Mian Tansen. Okay. Actual name Ram Tanu Pandey. That's not his name. Mian Tansen title. His actual name Ram Tanu Pandey. Ram Tanu Pandey of Gwalior Samsthan. Ram Tanu Pandey, disciple of Baiju Maharaj, and Muhammad Ghaus, Muhammad Gauss, a fantastic singer, Muhammad Gauss. It's not that I happened here. No, no, don't tell that like that. Great singer in sense, contemporary sources talk about Muhammad Gauss. If you go to Gwalior, you can see Muhammad Gauss tomb also. Muhammad Gauss, the guru for Mian Tansen, Ramtanu Pandey. Then what do you mean by Tansen? Class understand. Tan means composing raga. Sen means reciting raga. You Mian Tansen, you are not only an expert in composing raga, but also in reciting it. That is the meaning. A singer and musician of that eminence, not 1000 before and 100% sure not 1000 years after. That is Abul Fazl's quote. Mian Tansen. Tansen, an expert in Drupad. Drupad, I told you, Vishad Sangeet. Vishad Sangeet. He was equally gifted, equally versatile in reciting Deepak, Darbhari and Meghamalahar ragas. Deepak raga, Darbhari raga, Meghamalahar. You want rain now? If you recite Meghamalahar, there is possibility of you getting rain. Music has that power? Yes. Okay. It can move the forces of nature. Understand? When you are down in your spirits, if you happen to hear a wonderful song, definitely you are charged. It motivates you, no? It changes your spirit. It has that power. Right? Anything connected with the word has power. Okay. That's why don't slip your tongue and use unnecessarily the words that would hurt others. Try to see positive energy you can give for the other. It all goes with only word. You don't have to do anything. Simply one word, Are, I am there here, why are you bothered about it? I am there, I will take care of you, don't worry. That's it. That's enough. You may not actually take care, but you are giving a word to the other party, that itself is enough. Okay. As my student doctor used to say, an MD, highly qualified fellow, okay, never wore a mask during COVID times, going to the wards. If it is to be affected, it will affect even if you wear mask or vaccinated. Kuch nahi chalta udhar. Understand? You will get affected. Okay. Then I told him, Are, this is the problem, how to manage. Are, main hu na, sir. Okay. I am there. Why are you worried about your kids? Kids are going around, let them go. I am there to take care. Don't worry. Okay. He gives you strength of 100 elephants. Get the point. When you talk to him, okay, he has not done anything, but wording is very important. Okay. That's why you pray God also to give always positive energy. Okay. Our energy shall not be for offending others. It shall be constructive. Right? Music plays an important role there. Okay. Of all the Mughals, Akbar was an expert in playing nakra. Nakra means cattle drums. You must have seen the movie Jodha Akbar. In the movie also you are shown Akbar playing drums. Of all the Mughals, Jahangir composed maximum number of songs. Always in his high spirits. Songs. Got the point. Composing songs. Maximum number of songs composed by Jahangir. Of all the Mughals, Shah Jahan, the best singer, best known singer. He was bestowed with melodious voice. Such a melody and such perfection when he recites Drupad, even Sufis won't dare sing in his presence. Go to Agra, Red Fort, you are shown a lawn there, where Shah Jahan used to sit and recite Drupad. Okay. Expert in Vishad Sangeet, Shah Jahan, reciting Drupad. of all the Mughals, best Aurangzeb. No music, no painting, no Sangeet, nothing. He banned everything. All you musician fellows pack off. Go home and play your instruments and sing. Aurangzeb banned vocal and instrumental music. It does not mean Aurangzeb was against Sangeet. His policy, you should not patronize the singers at the cost of public money. Aurangzeb himself an expert in playing veena. No, expert veena player, Aurangzeb. Okay. This is how you see Sangeet continued to develop, particularly Hindustani. Okay. When Aurangzeb banned it in the Mughal court, Hindustani music, now these singers all had come back to regional centers again. What are the regional centers? Gwalior Samsthan, I told you, Jaipur, Agra, Patiala, Lucknow, Varanasi Gharana, Janpur Gharana. Singers now got dispersed. They went to different regional centers. Again, Gwalior Samsthan took the lead. Okay. Raja Mansingh Tomar of Gwalior, an expert in Hindustani. Okay. He wrote a comprehensive text on Hindustani music. That's called Man Kutuhal. Got a question on this. Man Kutuhal. So Hindustani music tradition developed. Okay. Great contribution of the Mughals and even local rulers. They made the tradition to remain a living tradition. You understand? How Hindustani is different from Carnatic, that I will discuss later. Take a note. Sangeet. Give the subheading music. India had Sangeet. India had Sangeet, a well-developed tradition. A well-developed tradition from Indus Valley times. Full stop. In the Vedic literature, Samved is completely dedicated to Sangeet. Dedicated to Sangeet with its main theme Chanda. With its main theme Chandas or Chanda. Underline Chanda. Chanda means, I told you, meter or volume. Full stop. Next. Upaveda, supplementary Veda. Upaveda called Gandharva Veda. Upaved called Gandharva Veda deals exclusively with Sangeet. Deals exclusively with Sangeet. Full stop. In Hindu mythology, next paragraph. Narada Narada playing Mahati. Narada playing his Veena Mahati. Narada's Veena is Mahati. You cannot call it a Veena. He plays with instrument like Veena. Mahati. That name is Mahati. Narada playing Mahati. And Tumbura. Tumbara. Narada and Tumbura. Tumbara. Tumbura were all connected. Tumbura and Saraswati. Saraswati. All connected with Sangeet. Full stop. Instrument called Shatantru. Shatantru, 100-stringed instrument. Instrument called Shatantru. Underline Shatan, 100-string, S-T-R-I-N-G, stringed instrument is connected with Saraswati. Full stop. देखो Krishna, he posted, Sir, Amir Khusro's song is still trending today. His song, Phool Rahi Sarso, is too good. It's trending on Instagram. Krishna, you are involved, Krishna. Right? Good. Right. I have not heard of this. Okay. But anyway. What did I say there? With Saraswati. Full stop. Next paragraph. Bharatamuni's Natya Shastra. Bharatamuni. Natya Shastra. Underline Bharatamuni's Natya Shastra may said to be the first systematically written. May said to be first systematically written text on Indian music. Full stop. Next paragraph. In medieval times, with the advent of Islam, the native Indian music tradition got influenced. Full stop. Muslims introduced, write like this. Devotional music entered into Islam devotional music entered into Islam with the Sufi saints. With the Sufi, S-U-F-I, Sufi saints. Full stop. Next paragraph. Muslims introduced instruments sarangi, shehnai, and rahab. And rahab, R-A-H-A-B. Full stop. These things are important, my dear. Next. They accepted native instruments mridangam, M-R-I-D-A-N-G-A-M, mridangam, nadaswaram, and ghatam. Ghatam means within brackets pot, P-O-T, pot. Full stop. As a result of interaction between the two, a mixed style called Hindustani music developed. Next paragraph. Actually, there were only 4 forms of Hindustani. 4 forms, F-O-R-M-S. Underline 4 forms of Hindustani in the beginning stage. Underline 4 forms. They include Drupad, Khayal, Tumri, and Tappa. Drupad, Khayal, Tumri, and Tappa. Full stop. Now give the subheading number 1, Drupad. Drupad, it meant, M-E-A-N-T, meant sorrowful music. Sorrowful, S-O-R-R-O-W, F-U-L, sorrowful music. Okay. Vishad Sangeet, otherwise you can write Vishad Sangeet, nothing wrong. Vishad Sangeet, full stop. Tradition says that it started with tradition, T-R-A-D-I-T-I-O-N. Tradition says that it started with Draupadi. Draupadi. Who is Draupadi? You know at least that much, right? Right. It started with Draupadi. Same paragraph. The Gwalior Gharana is famous for this form of music. Market important. Drupad. Full stop. Next paragraph, number 2. Khayal, Khayal. Khayal it believed to have started with Sultan Hussain Shah Sharki. Sultan Hussain, Hussain. Hussain Shah Sharki, Sharqi, of Janpur, Jaunpur. Full stop. He was the first to conduct a conference on Hindustani music. Conference on Hindustani music in Jaunpur. In Jaunpur. Full stop. Himself an expert in Hindustani, he introduced a new raga named after him. Called Hussaini Todi. Hussaini, Hussaini. Hussaini Todi, Todi. Underline Hussaini Todi. Full stop. Next paragraph. In Khayal, on a given theme, the song is composed and recited. Spontaneously or instantaneously. Full stop. Next paragraph, give the subheading. Tumri. Tumri. Tumri is generally a light-worded song with theme love. Full stop. Some of the tumris are in the form of conversation between love and the lover, conveying a message, next number 4, next paragraph. Tappa, T-A-P-P-A, T-A-P-P-A-S, tappas, are the ballad songs, B-A-L-L-A-D, ballad songs of the camel riders, ballad songs of the camel rider, R-I-D-R, riders in the deserts. Though tappas originated, though they originated in Rajasthan, they became quite popular in Punjab and UP. Full stop. Next paragraph. Hindustani music flourished under different regional centers. Flourished under different regional centers called gharanas, G-H-A-R-A-N-A. Underline gharana, G-H-A-R-A-N-A-S, gharanas, or samstans. Samstan, gharanas or janana otherwise called. Samstan, S-A-M-S-T-H-A-N, samstans, full stop. The important gharanas include Gwalior, Jaipur, Varanasi, Lucknow, Jaunpur, Jaunpur, and Patiala. First. Next paragraph. Amir Khusrau, very important. Amir Khusrau, K-H-U-S-R-A-U, K-H-U-S-R-A-U, Khusrau, was the greatest singer and musician, M-U-S-C-I, M-U-S-C-I-A-N, musician of his times. Full stop. He was the first to introduce Qawwali, Q-A-W-A-L-I, Qawwali, within brackets, devotional music, and Sama, S-A-M-A. S-A-M-A, Sama, underline Sama. Congregational music, group singing, congregation music, or group singing. Full stop. He introduced new ragas. Amir Khusrau introduced new ragas. Sanam, S-A-N-A-M. Ayman and Ghora introduced new ragas. Sanam, Ayman and Ghora. Full stop. New instruments. Mark this entire paragraph, very important. New instruments. Amir Khusrau introduced new instruments. Tabla, T-A-B-L-A. T-A-B-L-A, tabla, and sitar, S-I-T-A-R. Sitar. Don't discuss the controversy here. Okay. It is accepted. Amir Khusrau is given credit, so we accept it. New instruments, sitar, tabla and sitar. Full stop. For his great contribution, he was called Parrot of India. Parrot of India, within brackets, Tota. Tota-ye Hindustani. Tota -I Hindustani. Parrot of India. Tota-ye Hindustani. Brackets close. Next. Sultan Firoz Shah Tughlaq got the text on Hindustani music. Rag Darpan, R-A-A-G, Rag Darpan, D-A-R-P-A-N. I can't write that much, my dear. R-A-A-G, Rag Darpan, D-A-R-P-A-N. Rag Darpan, underline Rag Darpan, translated into Persian. Full stop. Next. Sikindar Lodi. Composed ghazals. Ghazals under his pen name. Pen name, Gulrukhi. G-U-L-R-U-K-H-I. G-U-L-R-U-K-H-I. Gulrukhi. Full stop. Next paragraph. Hindustani music tradition was well continued by Mughals. It was well continued by Mughals. According to Abul Fazl, Abul, A-B-U-L, Fazl, according to Abul Fazl, there were 27 great singers. 27 great singers in the court of Akbar. The greatest of them, Mian Tansen, Mian, M-I-A-N, Mian Tansen, T-A-N-S-E-N, Tansen. Within brackets, it meant an expert in, Tansen meant an expert in not only composing raga, but also reciting the raga, brackets close. His actual name Ramtanu Pandey. Ramtanu Pandey. Full stop. He was the disciple, D-E-S-C-I-P-L-E, Shishya. Ramtanu Pandey, disciple of Baiju Maharaj. I'm damn sorry, my dear. He was the disciple of, Haridas. Baiju Maharaj defeated him. Haridas and Muhammad Ghaus. Haridas and Muhammad Ghaus. Full stop. Muhammad Ghaus' tomb is in Gwalior. Muhammad Ghaus' tomb, T-O-M-B, tomb is in Gwalior. So, Tansen belonged to which Samsthan? Gwalior Samsthan, very important. That's why Madhya Pradesh government instituted Tansen Award. Tansen Award, prestigious award in music, instituted by Madhya Pradesh government. You can write it. As he belonged to the Gwalior Samsthan, government of MP, Madhya Pradesh, instituted Tansen Award. Full stop. Next paragraph. According to Abul Fazl, A-B-U-L, Fazl, F-A-Z-L, Abul Fazl, inverted commas, a singer of his eminence and perfection, not in the 1000 years in the past, and definitely not for another 1000 years in the future. inverted commas close. Full stop. Tansin, an expert in reciting Drupad, D-R-U-P-A-D, Drupad, and ragas, Deepak, D-E-E-P-A-K, Deepak, comma, Darbari, D-A-R-B-A-R-I, Darbari, and Megamulhar, Mega, M-E-G-H-A, Mulhar, M-U-L-L-H-A-R, Megamulhar, full stop. However, he was defeated. Tansen was defeated in music recital. He was defeated by Baiju Maharaj. Fine. Next paragraph. Akbar himself, an expert in playing Nakra, N-A-K-H-R-A. Nakra, N-A-K-H-R-A. Underline Nakra. Within brackets, cattle drums. C-A-T-T-L-E. Drum. D-R-U-M-S. Drums. Brackets close. Next. Of all the Mughals, Jahangir composed maximum number of songs. Next. Shah Jahan was the best known singer. Shah Jahan was the best known singer. An expert in reciting. Shah Jahan, an expert in reciting Drupad, D-R-U-P-A-D. Full stop. Aurangzeb band both instrumental and vocal music. Full stop. However, he was an expert veena player. Next paragraph. When music was banned in the Mughal court, Gwalior Samsthan, Gwalior Gharana, Gwalior Samsthan came to play an important role. In promoting Hindustani. Full stop. Raja Mansingh Tomar. Raja Mansingh of Gwalior. Right like that. Raja Mansingh, M-A-N, Mansingh of Gwalior. Wrote a comprehensive text. Very important. Comprehensive text on Hindustani called Man Kutuhal, M-A-N, Man, Kutuhal, K-U-T-U-H-A-L, Man Kutuhal, underline Man Kutuhal. Fine. Right. Now listen. Questions in your General Studies mains. In what way Hindustani is different from Carnatic? If you remember, while discussing Vijayanagar Empire, I gave you a brief understanding about the development of Carnatic music. Carnatic. This Carnatic music developed in Tamil Nadu. I am not telling you that Carnatic music had nothing to do with the state Karnataka. No. It started in the state Karnataka with Purandaradasa. Class, remember, Purandaradasa, we regard him the founder father of the Carnatic music. From Karnataka state, it entered into Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, you have state called Carnatic, Carnatic. Right. In this state, Carnatic, a small state in Tamil Nadu, you have two main centers, Tanjore and Madurai. Okay. Great singers come in Carnatic music either from this area, Tanjore or Madurai. Okay. Karna means ear. It is so soothing to your ears that you call it Carnatic. Carnatic, Carnatic. Three states are involved here. Started first in Karnataka, developed in Tamil Nadu, developed by Telugus. Okay. Telugu Brahmins settled in Tanjore. They were the ones who developed Carnatic music. The trio, Trimurti of Carnatic music, Muthuswami, Shyama-Shastri and Chagaraju. Okay. Anybody from Prakasham district here? Andhra Pradesh? They are there. But the problem, they don't know. That's the problem. Okay. Chagaraj was born at Kakarla, Pedakakarla in Prakasham district, Andhra Pradesh. Have you heard of Yesudas? Otherwise, Jesudas. Wonderful singer, Jesudas. Okay. Jesudas every year comes to this place, performs free of cost music recital. That's the place where, Chagaraj was born. Right. So you have three, Muthuswami, Shyama-Shastri and Chagaraj. Chagaraya Kirtanas. Okay. I don't know how many of you have heard of Yandro Mahanubhavulu Kirtana. Okay. Fantastic Kirtanas. Okay. If your time permits, or if you don't permit also, just on that and listen. And you can do your work. Okay. You get divine tranquility, peace, when you happen to hear. That is the song composed by a person craving for the presence of Ram. Understand? Fantastic songs. Theme in Carnatic music, this is the fundamental difference. In Carnatic music, theme is very important, not instrument. Theme is very important. Intensity is very important. Understand? So, Kirtanas by Chagaraya dedicated to Ramachandra Prabhu. So, Carnatic music developed that way. Then, where exactly you see the difference between the two? Difference is there in number one, theme. Number 2, spirit. Number 4, composition. Number 5, instrumentation. In all these regards, there are other differences also, I'll tell you. In all these regards, fundamentally 4 regards, they differ with each other. Theme, yes. Hindustani is secular. Hindustani music deals with every aspect of human life. Your emotions, your disappointments, your, happy times, right? Okay. When you are in low spirit, everything connected to human being is the subject matter of Hindustani. Okay. Whereas Carnatic music, theme is devotion. Only devotion. Bhakti is the theme. Essence of Carnatic music is bhakti, devotion. Okay. Hindustani, spirit-wise democratic. Democratic and very liberal. You can experiment in Hindustani. ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं ना, देखेंगे एक बार. Experiment कर सकते in Hindustani. Very liberal. Okay, you can see even an ordinary rickshaw puller also, not much literate, but he will connect himself with and he will enjoy the music. Understand? Hindustani. Okay. Whereas Carnatic, it is aristocratic. Generally, you must be a literate to understand the meaning. And it also requires your spiritual inclination. If you are spiritually inclined and literate, then you can understand and appreciate the beauty of Carnatic. It is definitely not within the reach of common man, Carnatic. You said composition. Yes, in composition also they differ with each other. I told you Hindustani is very liberal. Okay. Carnatic is highly conservative. You cannot experiment with Carnatic music. Why? Why? Because in Carnatic music, bhava, raga, tala, bhava, raga, pallavi, anupallavi. Okay. These are all highly synchronized. As per your emotion, internal emotion, raga is there. As per the raga, pallavi is there and anupallavi is there. They are highly synchronized. You cannot change. You cannot change raga, pallavi and anupallavi. They are synchronized. Okay? That way, it is very rigid. It doesn't permit you to experiment. Carnatic. In composition, in Carnatic, ragas in general go by time. Okay. When you get up early, Bhupali. Okay. When you are going to bed, Mohanaraga. Okay. Pleasant times. Okay. Navarasas are there. Navarasas means 9 types of emotions. रसा मैंने तो वो खाने के लिए पीने के लिए देता, वो नहीं है रसा. You understand? 9 different types of emotions. For every rasa, you have ragas connected. And ragas go by time. Understand? Whereas in Hindustani, this goes by season. Okay. That's why in Hindustani you observe ragas. Hemant, Basant, Vaishakhi. What are they? They are actually seasons. Instrumentation. For Hindustani, okay, important Shahnai, Sarangi, I told you Raham, Rudraveena, Sitar, all go with Hindustani music. Particularly tabla. Without tabla, generally Hindustani won't be there. For Carnatic, violin is very important. I don't know how many times, whether you have really seen Carnatic music recital or not. In a Carnatic music recital, before the singer recites, okay, violinist, he would play the raga first on violin. When he is playing the raga on violin, you can definitely say what he is going to sing. Okay. Flute is common for both. So in instrumentation also they differ. Hindustani is mixed, whereas Carnatic is pure. You don't see the influence of Islam in Carnatic music. You have so many gharanas. Okay. Whereas in Carnatic, it's mainly Tanjore and Madurai. That way there are differences between the two. Are you clear? Okay. In Hindustani, you have forms: Drupad, Khayal, Tumri, Tappa, Ghazals, Shayaris, like that. In Carnatic, only two: Kirtana and Tillana. Okay. There in Carnatic, I told you, theme is very important. Okay. Spirit is important. Okay. Whereas in Hindustani, instrument dominates in Hindustani. Okay. More than theme, instrument dominates. Diler Mehendi you must have seen. Sometimes you don't understand why people dance around him. Okay. They dance, that's all. Okay. Because the beat is, that beat is set in that tune. Okay. It makes you active. You are activated here, and you respond very quickly. In Carnatic, you will only go to trance, listening to the music. There's nothing called dance or no. It's not mass. It's class. Take a note. What you want break? No. Let me complete this. Then we'll give. Next, give the subheading Carnatic. 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 Started in the state Karnataka. In the state Karnataka with Purandardasa. Purandar, P-U-R-A-N-D-H-A-R. P-U-R-A-N-D-H-A-R. Purandar Dasa, D-A-S-A. Purandar Dasa, regarded as the founder of the music, regarded as the father of Carnatic music, regarded as the father of Carnatic music. Full stop. However, it developed in Carnatic. It developed in Carnatic. Carnatic, Carnatic in Tamil Nadu. With its main centers Tanjore and Madurai. Full stop. Now give the subheading differences. Wait. Important is that I already mentioned under Vijayanagara Empire. Anyway, write down. Annamacharya. Anna. A-N-N-A. A-double-N-A. Anna. M-A. Annama. A-N-N-A-M-A. Annamacharya. C-H-A-R-Y-A. Annamacharya composed maximum number of kirtans. In world literature. Full stop. The trio, T-R-I-O, trio of Carnatic music. Trio means Trimurti, T-R-I-O. Trio of Carnatic music. Muthuswami, M-U-T-T-U, M-U-T-T-U-S-W-A-M-I, Muthuswami Dikshitar. Muthuswami Dikshit. Muthuswami Dikshit are Shama Shastri and Jagaraju. All belong to Tanjore. All belong to Tanjore Samsthan. Contributed for Sangeet, contributed for Carnatic, contributed for Carnatic music. Full stop. Chagaraju composed kirtans. Chagaraju, third one, composed kirtans dedicated to Ramachandra. Dedicated to Ramachandra Prabhu. Full stop. Next paragraph. Give the subheading. Differences between Hindustani and Carnatic. They differ with each other. They differ with each other in theme, 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 comma, theme, comma, spirit, 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 comma, composition, and instrumentation. And instrumentation. Full stop. Next paragraph. Theme wise, Hindustani is secular. Secular, comma, deals with all aspects of human life. Deals with all aspects of human life. Whereas Carnatic is highly devotional. Highly devotional. Next paragraph. Spirit, spirit, spirit-wise, Hindustani is democratic and liberal. Democratic and liberal. Democratic means within the reach of common man. Democratic and liberal. Whereas Carnatic is highly aristocratic. Elite. Highly aristocratic, comma, appeals, appeals to those who are highly literate and devotional. Those who are highly literate and devotional. Full stop. That means what? One is within the reach of common man, other one is not within the reach of common man. That is the word. Next, third one, in composition, next paragraph. In composition, Hindustani so liberal that it permits experimentation. That it permits experimentation. Full stop. Whereas Carnatic is highly rigid. Highly rigid. Highly rigid. In other words, highly rigid, full stop. In other words, in Carnatic, Ragam, R-A-G-I-M, comma, in Carnatic, first one, Bhava. In Carnatic, Bhava, B-H-A-V-A, Bhava, Raga, R-A-G-A, Tanam, comma, Pallavi and Anupallavi. Pallavi and Anupallavi are all highly synchronized. Full stop. Next paragraph. Same paragraph. Continue in the same paragraph because it's about composition. Next. In Hindustani, ragas in general are season bound. Season bound, B-O-U-N-D, season bound, like Hemant, Basant, B-A-S-A-N-T-H, and Baishakhi. Whereas in Carnatic, they are time bound. Full stop. Next paragraph. In instrumentation, underline instrumentation, instruments. In instrumentation, tabla, T-A-B-L-A, tabla, comma, shehnai, Rudraveena, Rudra, R-U-D-R-A, Veena, sitar are connected to Hindustani, music recital Full stop. Whereas for Carnatic, violin, mridangam, mridangam, ghatam, ghatam, ghatam means pot, and nadaswaram, nada, N-A-D-A, swaram, S-W-A-R-A-M, N-A-D-A, S-W-A-R-A-M, nadaswaram. Okay. Are generally connected, are generally found, are generally used, comma, flute, F-L-U-T, flute being the common instrument for both. F-L-U-T, flute. Full stop. Next paragraph. In Hindustani, we have more gharanas and samstans. Whereas Carnatic centered around a very limited number full stop. In form and content, next paragraph, in form and content, Hindustani is mixed. And influenced by Islam, whereas Carnatic retained its purity. That means it is not influenced. Retained its purity. Full stop. That's enough. This is about Sangeet. Want to take break? Go for break. Right. Having completed music, we are left with painting, literature, and dance forms. When it comes to painting, Indus Valley people exhibited their knowledge on colors. Even before that, my dear, in prehistoric cave paintings, Bhimbetka, Alamgar, we have a tradition of revealing our ideas in the form of drawing. Indian mind is very fertile mind. Our mind is basically active, proactive to aesthetics, right? Vedic literature talks about Chitrakala, particularly in one of the Upavedas, Shilpa Shastra, you have Chitrakala, painting. In Ajanta cave paintings, I told you, world's oldest surviving painting tradition. The painters exhibited almost all the advanced techniques. While dictating a note also on Bhimbedka Adamgar cave painting tradition, I told you they knew the knowledge, they had the knowledge of morphing and lining and all that. Ajanta cave painters exhibited three-dimensional, four-dimensional effects and also a technique called foreshortening, F-O-R-E, foreshortening. Okay. This technique is not new, something new to India. Okay. It's there from Ajanta times onwards. I gave you people a note also on Ajanta cave painting tradition, telling you the theme Mahayana Buddhism. World's famous paintings are there in Ajanta painting tradition. This cave painting tradition of Ajanta continued by the Guptas, Vakatakas, Western Chalukyas, and even Rashtrakutas. While discussing Guptas, I told you, Guptas continued the Ajanta cave painting tradition in the Bhag caves, Madhya Pradesh. In Ajanta cave painting tradition, theme Mahayana Buddhism. Whereas Gupta cave painting tradition, it is Vaishnava at Bhag caves. So whatever the theme, concept painting, art painting continued. Jains, they also came out with their own painting tradition. You call it as Apabhramsha. In their manuscripts, you have Apabhramsha painting tradition. Apabhramsha means what? In a way, it is sarcastic way of projection. Okay. If you wanted to project a very handsome person also in a different way, okay, going against the concept, going against the spirit itself, okay, when you give projections, funny projections, like that, okay, that is called Apabhramsha. Apabhramsha means not in the real taste. Understand? For instance, you project Ganesh Maharaj in different ways. That is Apabhramsha. Okay. Some of us also, give our, our deities, gods, goddesses. We project them in a different way. Understand? In a, more light way, humorous way. Correct way. Point is humorous way. Then it is called Apabhramsha. Understand? This you see in Jain manuscripts, Apabhramsha school of painting. Painting in medieval times not accepted by Islam. Why Islam had not accepted painting? At least Islam accepted Sangeet. Why? Because you can see the effect of Sangeet. You can feel the immediate effect of Sangeet. You see in the movie Jodha Akbar, you find Akbar going into trance. Okay. When that Qawwali is recited, okay, you have a lovely song, Aja Mere Khwaja, right? Right? A wonderful composition. Then Akbar goes into trance. Okay. Someone was telling, sir, I am a born Christian, but I am very much attracted to sun god Surya. It is idiotic, my dear. You are a Christian or Muslim or a Hindu, it never, it never matters. When divine force showers its grace upon you, you first would lose your consciousness. Because you are one with the universe. God is above everything. I have seen some people going into trance the moment they hear church bell. Just listening to church bells. Yeah. So you have music generating immediate effect. Right. That's why Islam accepted it. Whereas painting not encouraged by Islam because any painting is a cheap imitation. Imitation of the creator. Who is the best painter? The best painter is God himself, the best painter. Isn't it? For you to make an eyeball, how many neurons to be employed to be created there? Okay. No better creator than God. God is wonderful painter. God is wonderful creator. When you are drawing something, means you are imitating God. Any imitation of God is a crime against God. Are you understanding? Islam doesn't permit you to imitate God. Okay. It is a crime. Okay. That's why painting is not encouraged by Islam. No Delhi Sultan, including Firoz. Firoz was a man of great aesthetic sense, but even Firoz removed all the paintings, you understand. So, no Sultan encouraged painting. Right. When Mughals came to India, no problem for the Mughals to encourage painting. Why? Because I told you, Timurid family coming all the way from Iran, that is Persia. Okay. Babur connected to Taimur. Babur had not come from Iran, but he was definitely ruler of Fargana connected to Taimur's family. In Iran, by the time Mughals entered India, painting was a well-developed tradition. It was very well developed. So for Mughals, there is no problem in encouraging painting. Okay. Humayun was the first to encourage painting. Humayun was very much interested in miniature painting, small size, tablecloth size, miniature paintings. Humayun invited great Persian painters, Mir Sayyid Ali and Abdus Samad. Okay. Mughal painters using peacock blue, green, red colors. Understand? For the outlines, gold color. Okay. Why you use gold color for the outlines, my dear? You think that it adds beauty, is it? Gold color we apply for outline of the painting. The reason is, when you hold a painting like this, however much you wash your hands, there will be dust. Don't say that, I take bath twice a day, my hands are very clean. No hand is clean. Okay. It shall not also be, let me tell you. You need just as good bacteria, you also need bad bacteria is equally important. Got the point? However much you wash your hand, there is every possibility of your fingertips, okay, holding the painting, leaving their mark. Got the point? I hold the painting like this. I will give it to you. You also hold it like this. Finally, what happens? Finger marks would be imprinted. Finally, spoiling the painting. What resists these finger marks being imprinted? Okay, that is gold color. If you apply gold color, okay, you will not get your fingerprints imprinted, spoiling the painting. Are you understanding? That's why gold color is applied for outlines. Humayun ordered for a collection of paintings. Daftar-e-Hamja or Hamjanama, nearly 1200 miniature painting, continued even during the times of Akbar. The work of compiling more than 1200 miniature paintings continued even during the times of Akbar. Daftar-e-Hamja, Hamjanama, monumental work on Mughal paintings. What is the theme? However much they, had come out of the fear that it is imitation of creator, they had not gone actually for scenic beauty. In the Mughal paintings, you don't see scenic beauty. You see palace life, court life, war, that's all. Okay. They had not gone for depicting the wonderful universe, scenic beauty of universe. Because there is some hidden fear. If you depict the beauty of the universe, it may go against the spirit of Quran. Got the point? That's why somewhere or the other they had this fear. Under Humayun it did not take place. Even under Akbar also. Generally the theme, court life, palace life, or war. They are the themes. Right. When Akbar came to power, Akbar, we call him the real founder of Mughal school of painting. What were the important changes during Akbar's times? Important changes during Akbar's times. Akbar very much, liked mural paints. Mural paints means wall paints. Wall paintings are called mural paint. Frescoes. He also encouraged FRESCOE. Frescoes means oil paints. Okay. During the times of Akbar, Akbar founded schools, colleges, college or training institute for painting. Tasveer Khana. Tasveer Khana means training academy for painters. Next, in Akbar's times, specialization in painting started. Okay. You are an expert in drawing outlines. Okay. Outlines. You are perfect. Your hand is perfect in drawing outlines. I am very good in color composition. Okay. He is very good in painting. So finally, one painting, but how many people are involved? More than one. Are you understanding? This is collective work of more than 2-3 painters. This tradition of going for specialization in painting, it started under Akbar. Understand? During the times of Akbar, the technique foreshortening entered India again. Foreshortening entered India with the Portuguese. By the time Akbar came to power, there was great Renaissance painting tradition started in Europe. In Europe, you had a cultural revolution called Renaissance. Great painters, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, world famous painters. Understand? They all were contemporaries of Akbar in Europe. Portuguese entered India 1498. They brought along with them the technique foreshortening. I told you already, this is not something new to India. We had foreshortening in Ajanta cave paintings. Okay. I already explained, I think, foreshortening technique we use to get an effect with regarding distance. Either you have to show the distance quite nearby or far, or you have to magnify one image and to reduce the image of the other. Then you use the technique foreshortening. Okay. This had come back again to India during the times of Akbar. In the court of Akbar, you have great painters. Okay. Great painters, Khorasan Kholi, Farrukhab Beg. Hindu painters, Lal, Baswan, Daswant, and Mukund. They are all Hindu painters. Okay. Akbar employed 100 scholars to translate. Okay. Not 100, I'm sorry, number is not clear, then I'll get back to you later on this. Akbar appointed 64 scholars like that, number I'm not so sure, to translate Mahabharata into Persian. That translated work of Mahabharata is called Rajamnama. Rajam, R-A-J. Once the translation work is completed, Akbar was very much interested in drawing the themes of Mahabharata. This work of drawing the themes of Mahabharata was entrusted to Daswant, Hindu painter. You Daswant, you draw the drawings. Themes Mahabharata. In the text, Rajamnama. So definitely, Akbar made a great contribution for painting. There in UPSC, you got a question. What is the question given? Question. Okay. Painting is the means to realize the ways of God. How God, operates in this world. For you to understand that, painting is the best means to realize the presence of God or the ways of God. When this quotation figured in UPSC, asking you to figure out, okay, who said this? Generally, any question on painting, Under the Mughals, candidate's choice would be Jahangir. Jahangir, Jahangir, Jahangir. But it's not Jahangir's quotation. It is the quote of Akbar. For Akbar, painting is the means to realize the greatness of the creator. After Akbar, you had Jahangir. Okay. Painting had seen its perfection under Jahangir. Jahangir, of all the Mughals, had a mastery, thorough understanding on the subject of painting. You show him painting, and seeing the painting, he would tell you who had drawn the painting. Such was his command, and seeing the painting, he could tell you the name of the painter. Let the painting be drawn by more than one. He would tell you which part was drawn by, who the painter all about. Which part was done by who the painter. Okay. In other words, he had a mastery on the subject painting. Such was his command over the subject painting. Okay. Then what were the important developments during his times? Important developments during the times of Jahangir. Number one, portraiture paintings started. Portraiture. I mean, up to Jahangir's times, only half size, above the waist, not full size. Are you understanding? Portraiture painting means top to bottom, full size painting. These full size paintings appeared for the first time from Jahangir's times. Okay. Before that, there were only half size, above the waist, not portraitures. Secondly, before Jahangir, Mughal painters had no knowledge of drawing straight face. That's why you go to National Museum. There you have paintings, Mughal paintings. You observe. Why do that? Go to Red Fort. In Red Fort last room, you have a gallery there. Farooq Seer collected all the Mughal paintings and preserved. You observe these paintings. Before Jahangir, in all the paintings you see, faces turned. Understand? That means only side faces. No straight face. Got the point? Depicting or drawing this straight face, it started during the times of Jahangir. Thirdly, I said, no Mughal emperor, brought nature's beauty into painting. Jahangir had given lot importance for nature's beauty. Reality, realistic appearance in painting, it started with Jahangir. Animals, zebras, birds, beautiful landscapes. Understand? They all started during the times of Jahangir. So what the art in its perfection you see, it had reached its perfection during Jahangir's times. Right. In the court of Jahangir, you have the greatest painter, Ustad Mansoor. Ustad Mansoor. Mansoor, an expert in drawing birds, animals, exuberating life, rigor and strength. In Salajing Museum in Hyderabad, you have a wonderful painting. A black bull, fully charged. Bull. When bull gets charged, lions can't stand before bull, you know this. Bull raising is first leg, in the air. Its eyes wide open, red eyes. It's about to charge you. How it looks like. Fantastic paintings. His paintings come very close to that of Raphael, Renaissance painter. That's why we call Ustad Mansoor Raphael of the East. Raphael of the East. Like Mansoor, you have Raja Martandavarma. Martandavarma, we call him the father of modern Indian painting. Modern Indian painting. Martandavarma belonged to the court of King Raja Ravivarma. Ravi Varma, called father of modern Indian painting. Ravi Varma belonged to the court of Martanda Varma. Martanda Varma of Kerala, Travancore, Tiruvananthapuram. Tiruvananthapuram. You also called Ravi Varma Raphael of the East. This is applied, used for two great painters. One Ustad Mansoor, the other one is Ravi Varma. Ravi Varma, the father of modern Indian painting. Other great painters in the court of Jahangir, Abdul Nadir, Abdul Murad, Aga Raza. They are all great painters. During the times of Shah Jahan, a new technique, Shahi Kalam. Kalam means pen. Shahi Kalam, a new technique, okay, of drawing okay, very thin lines, sharp curves. Okay. For that, you use a specific type of pen, Shahi Kalam. Okay. This technique appeared using Shahi Kalam, a pen, for drawing sharp lines, thin lines. Okay. It started during the times of Shah Jahan. Okay. Jahangir's time, I forgot to tell you. Okay. You had collection of paintings, Murakkas. Okay. Murakkas means collection of paintings. Album, correct word is album. Albums also appeared. Okay. Then you see, after Shah Jahan, you have Aurangzeb, best amongst all the Mughals. No painting, banned. All of you painters, back off. Understand? Then when painting was banned in the Mughal court, these painters went and settled in different parts of India. Mughal painters settled in Rajasthan. They developed Rajasthan school of painting. I mean Rajput school of painting. Mughal painters settled in Kashmir. Okay. Basholi school of painting. Pahari painting. Pahari means hill areas. Pahari school of painting. Okay. That way, painting developed there in different regional centers. In South India, Golconda, Bijapur, Tanjore, they are all the main centers for painting. Sultan Muhammad Quli equally extending patronage to painting. There's a text called Kuliyat Kuli. I'm sorry, not Kuliyat Kuli. Okay. It is on painting, miniature paintings. Shafad Shahid Dakhan. Okay. A text on miniature paintings was compiled during his times. That's how the art of painting developed. Clear? Take a note. The art of drawing and painting started from prehistoric times. Prehistoric times in the form of cave, C-A-V-E. Cave art developed at Bhimbetka and Adamgarh. Bhimbetka and Adamgarh caves, Madhya Pradesh. Full stop. One of the Upavedas, Shilpa, Shilpa, deals with Chitrakala. Deals with Chitrakala as a subject. Chitrakala within brackets, painting as a subject. Ancient Indian painting tradition reached its perfection with Ajanta cave painting tradition. Full stop. That same tradition was continued by the Guptas. Ajanta cave painting tradition continued by the Guptas in the Bhag caves, Madhya Pradesh. BHGH, Bhag. BHGH, Bhag caves, Madhya Pradesh. Full stop. Next paragraph. In medieval India, wait. Yeah, right. In medieval India, Jains, Jain, Jains continued painting tradition called Apabhramsha. Underline Apabhramsha. Apabhramsha continued the painting tradition called Apabhramsha in their manuscripts. In their THEIR manuscripts. Underline Apabhramsha. Manuscripts found in Gujarat, particularly Gujarat. Found in Gujarat. Next paragraph. No Sultan, no Delhi Sultan encouraged painting. As they felt it, felt it against the spirit of Quran. As they felt it against the spirit of Quran and a cheap imitation of the Creator. Full stop. Next paragraph. Under Mughals, painting started with Humayun. It started with Humayun. Full stop. Mir Sayyid Ali, MIR Mir Sayyid Ali. Mir Sayyid Ali and Abdus Samad. Abdus, ABDUS. Samad. were the Persian painters. Full stop. Humayun encouraged miniature paintings. Miniature, 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 small size, miniature paintings. Full stop. During his times, underline miniature paintings. During his times, the monumental work on painting दफ्तर ए हमजा और हमजानामा दफ्तर ए हमजा और हमजानामा compilation started. Compilation started with more than 1200 miniature paintings. With more than 1200 miniature paintings, comma, the work continued even during the times of Akbar. The work continued even during the times of Akbar. Next. In color composition, Mughal painters used peacock blue, dark green and red colors. Full stop. Gold color was applied for outlines. Gold color applied for outlines. Next paragraph. Theme-wise, Theme, it was either palace life or court life. It was either palace life, comma, court life, C-O-U-R-T, court life, or warfare, W-A-R-F-A-R-E, warfare. Full stop. Next paragraph. Akbar was the real founder of Mughal school of painting. Full stop. Important changes during his times were under Akbar were number one, he encouraged mural paints, M-U-R-A-L. Mural paints or wall paints Mural paints means within brackets wall paints. And fresco, F-R-E-S-C-O, F-R-E-S-C-O-E-S, frescoes. Frescoes means oil paints. Full stop. He also founded, number 2, he founded Tasveer Khana, Tasveer, T-A-S-W-I-R, Tasveer Khanas, K-H-A-N-A, Khanas, to train the painters. Mark it important. Tasveer Khana, to train, T-R-E-I-N, train the painters. Next, number 3, specialization in painting. Third important change, specialization in painting. In other words, drawing the outlines, comma, specialization in color composition, and specialization in painting. All started finally making the painting, the work of more than one painter. Are you understanding? Work of more than one painter. Full stop. The new technique called, next paragraph, next point, Petradura. I'm damn sorry, my dear. The new technique called, inverted commas, foreshortening, F-O-R-E, foreshorten, S-H-O-R-T-E-N, F-O-R-E, S-H-O-R-T-E-N-I-N-G, foreshortening, inverted commas close. New technique called foreshortening also appeared for the first time. Within brackets, also appeared for the first time, comma, introduced by the Portuguese. Within brackets, actually it was seen for the first time in Ajanta cave paintings. Full stop. After a long time it came back to India. Brackets close. Next. Khorasan Khuli. Khorasan, K-H-O-R-A-S-A-N. K-H-O-R-A-S-A-N. Khorasan Khuli, Q-U-L-I. Khorasan Khuli and Farukka Beg. Farukka, F-A-R-U-K-K-A. Farukka Beg, B-E-G, Beg. Khorasan Khuli and Farukka Beg were the great Persian painters. in the court of Akbar. Full stop. The Hindu painters were Lal, L-A-L, Lal, Baswan, B-A-S-A-B-A-N, Basavan, Daswant, D-A-S-W-A-N-T-H, Lal, Baswan, Daswant, and Mukund, M-U-K-U-N-D, Mukund. Full stop. Akbar entrusted the task of drawing, the work of drawing, paintings in translated work of Mahabharata, called Rajamnama, R-A-Z-A-M, called Rajamnama, underline Rajamnama, to Daswant, D-A-S-W-A-N-D-H, Daswant, full stop. For Akbar, painting is the means to realize God or the Creator. Inverted commas close. Next. Of all the Mughals, next paragraph. Jahangir had a thorough understanding on the subject painting. Full stop. His command over the subject was such that he could tell the name of the painter. On seeing the painting. Full stop. Next paragraph. Important changes during his times were important changes during D-U-R-I-N-G during his times were semicolon number 1. Life-size paintings are portraiture, P-O-T-R-A-I-T-U-R-E, portraiture, P-O-T-R-A-I-T-U-R-E, portraiture paintings appeared for the first time. Next. Mughal painters learnt the technique of drawing straight face, straight face for the first time. Next, number 3. Scenic beauty. Scenic beauty. And depiction of animals and birds. Depiction of animals and birds appeared for the first time. Full stop. A classic example of this trend was the painting of zebra, Jadi Bihari. Full stop. Next, albums called albums called Murakkas, M-U-R-A, M-U-R-A-Q-Q-A, Murakka, M-U-R-A-Q-Q-A-S, Murakkas, underline Murakkas, also appeared for the first time. Full stop. Next paragraph. Ustad Mansoor, USTAD, Ustad Mansoor, M-A-N-S-O-O-R, Ustad Mansoor was the greatest painter. In the court of Jahangir. He was an expert in drawing. Mansoor, an expert in drawing birds and animals, exhibiting rigor and strength, life and strength. Rigor, life and strength. Full stop. He was invited to Persia. Mansoor was invited to Persia by Emperor Ismail, by Persian Emperor Ismail, I-S-M-A-I-L. As his paintings look similar to Raphael, R-A-P-H-A-L, Raphael of Europe, comma, Mansoor was called Raphael of the East. R-A-P-H-E-L, not E-A-L. R-A-P-H-E-L, Raphael. Mansoor was called Raphael of the East. Full stop. Within brackets, there you can also, within brackets, Raja Ravivarma father of modern Indian painting. Belonged to the court of Martandavarma. Ravivarma belonged to the court of Martand, M-A-R-T-A-N-D, Martandavarma of Travancore, Tiruvananthapuram, Travancore, Travancore, of Travancore. Okay. Was also called Raphael of the East. Brackets close. Full stop. Next. The other great painters in the court of Jahangir were Abdul Nadir, Abdul, Abdul Nadir, Nadir, Abdul Murad, Abdul Murad, Murad, Abdul Nadir, Abdul Murad, and Aga Raja, Aga, A-G-H-A, Raja, R-A-J-D. Fine. Next. During the times of Shah Jahan, a new technique of drawing, sharp curves with thin lines, started called Shahi Kalam, S-H-A-H-I, Shahi Kalam, Q-A-L-A-M, Shahi Kalam. Next. Aurangzeb banned painting. Aurangzeb banned painting. Next. Mughal painters settled in Rajasthan. Developed Rajput school of painting. In Kashmir, Basholi school of painting. Basholi, B-A-S-H-O-L-I. Basholi school of painting. And in Himachal, Kangra. Himachal, within brackets, Kangra. Brackets close. Kangra school of painting. Full stop. Next paragraph. Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar, F-A-R-U-K-H, Seer, S-I-Y-E-R, Farrukhsiyar, preserved all the Mughal paintings in the Red Fort, Delhi. Full stop. Are you understanding? If you go to Red Fort, Delhi, you can see Mughal paintings in a gallery that is preserved by Farooqi. Right. Next, in Deccan, Deccan, Golconda and Bijapur became the main centers for painting. Full stop. Shafad Shahi Deccan. Shafad Shahi Deccan. Underline this. First text on miniature paintings. It's a first text on miniature paintings in Deccan. Fine, that's enough on painting. Do you have class now? No. Can you give me 10-15 minutes more? Huh? Because I want to finish off today. There's no point in holding one class for just 1 hour tomorrow. Okay, now listen. Okay. You have class? No. Are you tired? Huh? We are not tired here. You नौजवान है तुम. Just listen. I'll give you one understanding on literature and painting. I'm sorry, literature and dances. When it comes to literature, okay, India's great literary tradition, I don't have to give you back from, Vedic times onwards. Okay. In Vedas, you have such class poetry, matchless poetry. Okay. How they could compose a poetic style that way, the Veda in that grand poetic style, it is baffling, beyond our imagination. Literature, how it all developed in ancient times. Kalidas, I told you about great literary giants. Okay, Vishakadatta, Shudraka, and Ashwaghosh, Buddhists. Whoever that was, they all contributed for literature in their respected religions. I told you all literary forms had seen their highest stage under the Guptas and all that. When Islam entered India, this is what is important. Arabs were the first to teach us how to write history systematically. You may question me, sir, Bhanabhat had written Harshacharitra. I told you the problem with our Indian historiography, we have a tendency to glorify everything, exaggerate the things. I told you Bhanabhat gives you, the information that is highly exaggerated, hyperbolic statements. Remember? 10 lakh army, 3 lakh elephants, 6 lakh horses. Okay, I told you, where would you keep all that? First of all, 3 lakh elephants. It is ridiculous statements they made. Whereas Arab historians, they give lot importance for objectivity in history. Don't exaggerate. First say how it all happened. Why? Because Islam gives lot importance for the reality, not exaggeration. Any exaggeration is an offense against God. Because it's a lie. Any lie is an offense against God. So, history as it happened, that is the theme. Al-Biruni, an Arab. Al-Biruni, Al-Masudi, Hutbi, They all came to India. If you remember, recollect your memory, I told you. Al-Biruni stayed in Varanasi for 10 years, learnt Sanskrit, studied Bhagavad Gita, Rasaratnakara, Yoga Vasishtha. Great Al-Biruni wrote Tariq-e-Hind. Tariq-e-Hind. Okay. Kitab-e-Hind. The most standard history text by Al-Biruni. Similarly, Al-Biruni wrote Qanun-e-Masudi on astronomy, Jawahir-ul-Jawahir on mineralogy. After Arabic historians, you have Persian historians. Persian historians introduced chronicles. What is a chronicle? Day-to-day events. What happened today? What happened yesterday? You are writing. Persian historians also introduced autobiographies, biographies. Unfortunately, can you believe no Indian had written an autobiography of his own until 16th century? Banarsi, a Jain scholar, he was the first Indian to write an autobiography of his own. Artha Katanika. He turned 50 years. There's no guarantee that he would remain for another 50 years. Artha Katanika, my life is halfway through. How I started my life and what are my experiences. Our Indians have no tradition of writing, recording our own life experiences. What is a beautiful story, my dear? Tell me one beautiful story. Your own life is a beautiful story. And what is really amazing is everyone's life is different. How I suffered poverty. How I could overcome my problem. How I could overcome my humiliation, my insult. And finally, how I realized my target. Fantastic story. Understand? If I am not recording this, then I am not giving a great chance for my next, forget about generation, my own family members to understand. Autobiographies, that's why your elders tell you, before going to bed, you write a diary. So that you can understand how you are spending your time. 14 hours I had seen cell phone yesterday. Shame on your part, shameless fellow. Wasted time, 14 hours. You write it as you have done it. Then you will understand where you are going wrong. Understand? Writing diary is meant for that only, to make your own assessment. Not about your lover. वो आज नहीं पूछी सी, वो बुलाया नहीं, वो बात किया नहीं है, I am totally depressed. That is idiotic. Understand? It is to help you to make an assessment. This started with the Persian historians. Biographies, autobiographies, chronicles all started. In the great Persian literary tradition, Minaj-e-Siraj, Tabakat-e-Nasiri, Hasan Nizami, Taj-ul-Mahatir. Then I mentioned the different classics under different sultans, respected sultans. Tabakat-e-Nasiri by Naziruddin under Naziruddin Shah's administration, Minaj-e-Siraj. Hasan Nizami, Tajul Mahathir. Isami, Futuhus Salatin, and Bahmani sultans. Then you have again, Amir Khusro. Amir Khusro, a literary giant Amir Khusro. Indian to the core Amir Khusro. He took lot of pride for being born in India. For him, no country could match the charm of India, particularly Kashmir. Haminasto. The most beautiful place in the universe is this, and it is this. Amir Khusro introduced a new trend What is that trend? Sabak-e-Hind. Sabak-e-Hind means mix Hindi. Hindi with Persian. Use very liberally these words. That's why they are intermixed. Persian and Hindi, they are very closely connected to each other. Sabak-e-Hind. Amir Khusro wrote, Miftahul Futa, Futuhus Khazain, Miftahul Futa, how Alauddin Khilji's imperialism was carried out. Futuhus Khazain, Khilji's coming to power. Tughlaqnama, very important. Amir Khusro had seen 6 sultans, contemporary. Tughlaqnama. Amir Khusro wrote a collection of 5 short stories. Khamsa. In Khamsa, one of these short stories, Laila Majnu. Sir, you mean Laila Majnu is not historical? Laila Majnu is not historical, it is fiction. Are you clear? Laila Majnu, you know Laila Majnu. Okay, they are known for love, intense love. That is a fiction created by Amir Khusro. It's not historic. Okay, Laila Majnu is part of collection of 5 short stories, Khamsa. Okay. Amir Khusro also wrote Nucifer. In that text Nucifer, he talks about beauty of Kashmir. He takes lot of pride for being born in India. Understand? So Amir Khusro set a new trend in literature, Persian literature. When Mughals came to India, you know, I told you Babur, great scholar in Turkey, his mother tongue. Memoirs. Memoirs means Gnapika. What that you remember, your memories. Okay. Tujake Babari, grand Persian style, Turkey mother tongue, grand style. Okay. His daughter Gulbadan Begum, she wrote Humayun Nama on her brother. Right. In the court of Akbar, you have, I told you 100, I was not clear about the number, I am clear now. 64 scholars translating Mahabharata into Persian. Rajamnama. I am talking about, you know, religious works, secular works, you know, Abul Fasl, Aine Akbari, Akbarnama, Muntakabut, Tamarik of Badauni, a criticism on Akbar. Extensive work, literary work by Persian historians. That's why there is a question in UPSC. Okay. Medieval historiography means essentially Persian. It was essentially Persian. Jahangir, he also wrote his autobiography. Okay. Futuhat-i Jahangiri. Understand? Then Shah Jahan's first son, Dara, prolific scholar Dara. Dara translated 52 Upanishads into Persian. Okay. Sir-e-Akbar, Sirr, Sir-e-Akbar. Okay. Mujim ul Bahrain and Sufi philosophy. Okay. Mujim ul Bahrain. Okay. Safi ul Sakinat and Sakinat-e-Aliya, Alar and Sufism. Prolific scholar Dara. Then Aurangzeb, Rakhat-e-Alamgiri. Rakhat-e-Alamgiri. Alamgir title, collection of letters by Aurangzeb. Okay. So great Persian literary tradition started. In regional centers, you have Ibrahim Adil Shah of Bijapur and Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah of Golconda. Both developed Urdu. My dear, Urdu, actual name Dakkani. It developed in Deccan as the language of the soldiers in cantonment areas. That's why Urdu's other name Lashkar. Lashkar means, you know, military, connected to military area, commandants. Is the language of the commanders in cantonment areas. Muhammad Quli composing ghazals, okay, in Urdu. Collection Khuliyat Khuli. We call Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah Chazar of Urdu poetry. You know, English poetry started with Chaucer. Chaucer, father of English poetry. Chaucer, Shakespeare, Chaucer, Milton, in English literature. Just as Chaucer for English, Muhammad Quli for Urdu, Kuliyat Khuli. Understand? That way Urdu developed. Okay, a mixture of Persian, Hindi and local dialectics. Okay. That way you have Hindi by Ramanand, Kariboli, okay, local languages. Okay. Maithili by Vidyapati, okay. Chaitanya Prabhu, Bengali, Shankardev, okay, Assami, Maratha reformers developing Marathi, Telugu, Nannaya, Errapragada, Tikkana Somayaji, developing Telugu. Okay. Alvars, Nayanars, they developed Tamil devotional literature. Ponna, Pampa and Ranna, okay, they developed Kannada literature. Got the point? I will circulate a note on this. Right? I have given you synopsis, that apart, I will circulate a note. When it comes to dance, this is all about literature developed. Dance, if you remember, I told you Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Yakshaganam, Perinatyam, Kathakali, Kerala dance form, Mohiniyattam. Okay. They are all classical dances, okay, developed with the theme Bhakti, part of Bhakti movement. Okay. Tandavas I mentioned. You got the point? Tandavas. I have prepared a very detailed note. Don't expect me to show a demonstration on Bharatanatyam and all that. Okay, it's hard also, you understand? You just read. Read dance forms. Got the point? I am giving you my number. Any clarification you want, I will definitely clarify your doubts. Okay, I don't want to explain. Okay, I have given you information, read dance. Okay. Overall, I have given you an understanding, okay, on literature and all that. Okay, literature I will circulate. I have already given synopsis. I will give you another note on literature. Okay. Dance forms you please read. And another submission to you all. Don't go for any other textbook, I am telling you. I have given you comprehensive material. You see the synopsis. What that I am going to post you now. Okay, post you now on painting, dances and literature and all that. You don't have to read, any other textbook or any other source. Are you understanding? Okay. Fine, I shall take leave here. Okay. This is the end of our classes. Okay. You take my number and call upon me. Post your, question. Post your question, I will get back to you. Okay. I may not get back to you immediately, but definitely I will get back to you. Okay. 9441. This is a common number, 9441. 42 42 62. No, that is my number. Okay. 42 42 62. Right. You post any questions, any queries, okay, after 8 o'clock. Till 8 o'clock we are busy with classes and all that. I will answer your questions. Okay. God bless you all, my dear. Okay. Our wishes are there with you. Do well. Whatever that you do, give your 100%. Enough. I talked enough on this.